What would a Tuesday night be without a bit of football? I'll tell you what it would be, football fans. It would be darn boring. Well, luckily, that's not something that we've got to worry about tonight, as Coventry United TV presents live commentary of Coventry United's trip to Grange Park to take on Long Eaton United. Not a happy hunting ground for the Red and Greens. Indeed, they've never won here, but records are made to be broken, and how the Red and Greens could do with some points on the board this evening. Liam Cook here, your commentator, cameraman, editor. I've got a lot of hats on right now, a lot of jobs at Coventry United, but you know what? That's when I'm happiest. Busy, very, very busy. And tonight we're hoping to see a cracking game of Midland Football League action live from Grange Park. Twice Coventry United have come here in the past. Twice they have been beaten. So fingers crossed United can put that record to bed, and take some points back down the M1 to Coventry this evening. Just 10 minutes to go until kick-off, so I think it's about time we get into your starting lineups for today's match. So let's start with Long Eaton United. Number 1, Scott Lowe. Number 2, David Beafo. I hope I've got that right. Number 3, Charlie Scanlon. Number 4, Mark Smith. Number 5, Sean Rickford. Number 6, Jamie McKeever. Number 7, Andy Todd. He's the Long Eaton captain tonight. Number 8, Tom Gamblin. Number 9, Grant Ryan. Number 10, Zach Goodson. And number 11, Will Coots. And on the bench for Long Eaton United, number 12, Brandon Clark, 14, Ryan Head, 15, Josh Ray, and 16, Tristan Connery. So that's Tristan Connery. See, my pronunciation skills do not get better. So for Coventry United this evening, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Brad Jones. Number 3, Lewis Hudson. Number 4, Tommy Glasgow. Number 5, the skipper, Chris Cox. Number 6, Kyle Barnett. Number 7, Lewis Rankin. Number 8, Gift Musa. Number 9, Aaron Apoku. Number 10, Dave Molly. And making his Red and Greens debut this evening, number 11, Donnell Benjamin. And on the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Rob Prinzel. 14, Josh O'Grady. 15, Ryan Quinn. 16, Craig Reed. And number 17, Dominic Elaney. So those are your starting lineups and your benches for this evening's clash of the Uniteds, Long Eaton and Coventry, going head-to-head in Nottingham. Now, there's one name on that Coventry United starting lineup that you won't recognise. That is number 11, Donnell Benjamin. Now, he's signed for Coventry United this week. He's a winger signed from Redditch United. I believe he took part in the pre-season friendly against United back in July, which Coventry actually won. But he's very highly rated at Redditch. They let him go simply because they couldn't give him the game time. They've got a very talented squad over there, but Redditch have actually said that he is actually one of the most gifted players they've ever had there. So why they've let him go, I'm really not sure. But Redditch's loss is certainly going to be Coventry United's gain, and we'll see exactly what he can do this evening when he starts his first match. He's also played for Stratford, and I believe he began his career at Solihull Moors. Excuse me. But Coventry United have not had the best of September. September is now over. It's United's first game in October. By the way, now September is over, our Goal of the Month competition is in full swing. 4 options to choose from. You've got Helen Dermody's goal against Haringey Borough. You've got the 2 goals against Tipton for Chris Cox and Josh O'Grady. And, of course, Rob Prinzel's it was a rebounded free kick against Shepshed. Currently, Dermody is winning. She's got over half of the vote. I suspect that maybe because the Coventry United ladies are stacking the vote on that one. Naughty, naughty. But, of course, it is your choice. Make sure you vote on the Twitter poll tonight or any time until Friday at noon. That's when the vote closes. We've ordered the trophy for the Goal of the Month. A lovely golden boot complete with the Coventry United logo and engraving. So the winner of that Goal of the Month will receive their trophy at the weekend. If Coventry United men's player wins it, they'll get it at the game at rugby on Saturday. If it's the ladies, and they'll get it on Sunday when they host, I think it's Basildon they've got on Sunday. But anyway, we'll be there. So if Helen wins it, she'll get a trophy then. But I think Coventry United will be happy to see the back of September. I think we can all agree it was a pretty wretched month. Just the one clean sheet in the league in September. That came against Quorn in that 2-0 win, which was the first match in September. The only other clean sheet United kept during the month of September was against Shepshed Dynamo in the Polymat Packaging League Cup, which incidentally we're playing in that competition again next Tuesday against Leicester Road. So that's going to be an interesting game. As we said, a couple of changes for Coventry United tonight. Jamie Coleman, the big absentee, he's been ruled out with a knee injury. He's been nursing an issue, we believe, with his other knee, but we're being told that he injured his good knee on Saturday against... who did we play on Saturday? I completely forgot. My mind has gone blank. Wolfrunians, that's who we've got. I'm covering that many games. I can't remember which ones I've covered. He injured his good knee against Wolfrunians on Saturday, so he won't be taking part tonight. Chris Cox, the captain, drops back from midfield into the centre-back position. Ironically, it's actually about the same time that he did the very same thing last season when United had a bit of a dilemma in defence with virtually no centre-backs fit. Cox had to drop back into defence around, it was around the Loughborough game, wasn't it, around this time last year. He's doing exactly the same thing now. Fingers crossed it won't come to him doing that for a full 3 months like he did last year, but we'll have to wait and see. So Cox drops into defence. The United will be starting with, I believe it's going to be a standard 4-4-2 after that rather radical approach on Saturday with... what was it? I think it was a 3-4-1-2 with no wing-backs, no full-backs, nothing, just the three centre-backs. Didn't really work, so they've changed back to the 4-4-2, which is I'd say it's more conventional. I don't know about you guys, I'd say it's more conventional. Mitch Piggin and Kevin Thornton, of course, long-term absentees. They won't be taking part tonight. Craig Reed dropped, which in all fairness I think is pretty fair. Reed has not had the best of... well, he started well alongside Mitch Piggin, but since Piggin dropped out, Reed has... He's either lost his shooting boots or he just can't find the net. It's one of those two things, probably a combination of both. But Reed dropped. Dave Molley will start after scoring his first Coventry United goal on Saturday, which narrowly missed out of contention for the goal of the month. It was the only goal of that sort of calibre that was left out. So if you're wondering why Dave Molley's goal wasn't in there, that's why. Simply too many goals to include. United currently sit 15 points behind league leaders Coleshill at the moment, but don't let that fool you. It's still a very open Premier Division table at the moment. The Red and Greens have played 3 games less than Coleshill, so if they win those games, they'll only be 6 points behind, which isn't too bad at this stage of the season. As we say, Coventry United have not won at Grange Park, so it's going to be difficult to pull a result out of the bag tonight, but Coventry United have certainly come from... I'll certainly call that a bigger holes than that. Long Eaton, currently in 14th place in the table, just 2 wins from their opening 9 games. Not a great start, I've got to be said. I spoke to one of the fans a little bit earlier, and they've said, and I quote, "You'll beat us tonight." To be honest with you, I'm not too sure about that, after what we saw on Saturday, but we do know that United have the quality in this team to win these matches, but can they produce the goods? Long Eaton, pretty average goals ratio, scored 15 so far, conceded 17, so pretty average for the position that they are in. But as we say, goals are certainly not won on paper when it comes to Coventry United. As we get set for the arrival of the Red and Greens, who will be wearing all white this evening. The simple reason that they're wearing white is because we're hearing that the red home strips simply weren't washed in time. I was a little bit puzzled as to why I saw the white kits coming out of the club secretary's car this evening, because of the as we said, the red kit has not been washed. Long Eaton playing blue, so it was rather strange to see the white kits here, but at least they're not running around starkers. That's all I can say. Nobody wants to see that. So at least we have got a kit to wear, and we are going to see some football this evening here at Grange Park, the home of Long Eaton United Football Club. We're looking directly at the big gym stand where the Coventry United faithful are sat next to. I think the majority of the fans aren't sitting in the stand, at least those that have come from Coventry at least. You can see some red hoodies and scarves towards the left-hand side of that stand. A few very familiar faces. That's not necessarily a good thing. But of course, anyone listening today on YouTube, big welcome to you. Hope you enjoy today's coverage. And of course, if you do want to see exactly what happened here at Grange Park, you can do so with the video highlights tomorrow, exclusive to the Coventry United TV YouTube channel. You won't find them anywhere else. So look tomorrow on YouTube for the highlights for this game. It's youtube.com/Coventry United TV, youtube.com/Coventry United TV. As the coaching staff make their way over to the dugouts. Terry Anderson thanking the scattering of Coventry United fans who have made their way down the M1 from Coventry to Nottingham. And the Coventry United faithful applaud their team as they make their way onto the pitch at Grange Park, Long Eaton, as Long Eaton United take on Coventry United in the Midland League Premier Division. Long Eaton in their blue and black kits, Coventry United all in white. As we get set for another match in the Midland League Premier Division. Well, it's technically called the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division these days, but well, we're not that politically correct. We're going to keep on using the names from that. But anyway, the starting lineups are as follows for Coventry United and Long Eaton. We'll start with Long Eaton. Number 1, Scott Lowe. Number 2, David Bayafo. Number 3, Charlie Scanlon. Number 4, Mark Smith. Number 5, Sean Rickford. Number 6, Jamie McKeever. Number 7, Andy Todd, the Long Eaton skipper. Number 8, Tom Gamblin. Number 9, Grant Ryan. 10, Zach Goodson. And number 11, Will Coots. On the bench for Long Eaton, number 12, Brandon Clark, 14, Ryan Hurt, 15, Josh Ray, and 16, Tristan Connery. And for Coventry United this evening, number 1, Rich Morris, number 2, Brad Jones, number 3, Lewis Hudson, number 4, Tommy Glasgow, number 5, the skipper, Chris Cox, number 6, Kyle Barnett, number 7, Lewis Rankin, number 8, Gift Musa, number 9, Aaron Apoku, number 10, Dave Molly, and the new signing making his Coventry United debut fresh from his move from Redditch United, number 11, Donnell Benjamin. And on the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Rob Prinzel, 14, Josh O'Grady, 15, Ryan Quinn, 16, Craig Reed, and 17, Dominic Alaney. Two captains meeting in the centre circle. The toss has now been made. And it's going to be Long Eaton United to get us underway at Grange Park. Coventry United and Long Eaton United lining up as we get set for another 90 minutes of footballing action from the Total Motion Midland Football League. It's Premier Division match between Long Eaton and Coventry, the Battle of the Uniteds. Here we go, we are underway at Grange Park with Long Eaton kicking from right to left where we are. Long ball down the left hand side, volleyed clear by Brad Jones. On your head. Well, I went for that header, completely missed. Back underway. Poku to Dave Molly, fresh from scoring his first United goal on Saturday. Out wide now with Benjamin, making his Coventry United debut. Looking to whip it in from the left-hand side, trying to trick his way past the fullback. Benjamin's crossed straight to the hands of the goalkeeper, Scott Lowe. Lowe hoped that the crosses are as easy to save as that was throughout this game. Sadly, I don't think they will be. I'll say sadly, certainly not sadly for us, we want to see some goals, that's why we're here. Ball just out of play for a Coventry United throw, deep into their own territory. Jones looking for the option, Barnett and Glasgow offering support. Dave Molly runs straight into the referee, able to twist and turn away from the midfielder in Tom Gamblin. Molly protected past to Glasgow, intercepted in the midfield by Andy Todd. Through ball for Zach Goodson. Cox able to force the attacker wide, slides in And gets the ball, not from the slide challenge though, simply just out-muscles him. Long ball cleared by Rickford. Picked up for Coventry United by Lewis Rankin, back into defence with Chris Cox. And now it's with Rich Morris, once again sporting that headband. Goal kick goes straight to the head of Scanlon, towards the edge of the Coventry United penalty area. Chris Cox hooks it away. Volleyed forward by Todd. Not for long as Bartlett sends it towards Opoku. Opoku brings it down, surrounded by black and blue shirts. He's got Rankin towards his right hand side, lays it off for Rankin on the edge of the box. Will Rankin provide or shoot? He'll shoot, and it drifts wide at the far post. Well, really, it was the only option for Lewis Rankin, with Opoku and Mully both covered off by defenders. An early shot for Coventry United, but not a successful one after 3 minutes at Grange Park. We'll be keeping you up to date with the latest goings on at well, if you want to use a sponsorship name, the Banks Stadium, otherwise known as the Bescott Stadium in Walsall. Coventry City taking on Walsall in the Checkatrade Trophy. City, of course, needing to get some points on the board, so look to defend their title. Jones put under pressure and forced to put it out for a corner as he was hurried by Zach Goodson. Going over to take the corner kick, Tom Gamblin. Eaton keeping 2 players back. United pushing Aaron Opoku forward. Headway the near post by Lewis Rankin. There's no one there to pick the ball up for Coventry United, and Gamblin, a bit of space, whips in from the left hand side and volleyed clear. United push on, and a blatant push in the back on Gift Musa. Well, I believe if that wasn't so early in the game, we've only had 5 minutes here at Grange Park. That was a little bit later on in the game. That probably would have been a yellow card. It's a blatant shove. And Musa went halfway to China. We are underway once again with Lewis Hudson on the left-hand side, looking to make some progress. Ball into the area, rather poor one, and swung away by Rickford. That's a much better ball. Marsh comes out and blasts it clear. He had to get that one right as Grant Ryan trying to take it around him. He's back in his box now. United have the ball in the defensive zone with Chris Cox. Long lofted ball looking for Lewis Rankin. Brought down to earth by the former Coventry City winger. Rankin, was that a trip? Yes it was. Scanlon tripping Lewis Rankin. It would have been a throw to Long Eaton if Scanlon hadn't have made contact, but he was trying to pressure the United winger. Jones has a short one to Tommy Glasgow. All the way back to Morris. Morris looking for the option. No one's short, so I think he's going to have to punt this one. Morris fires it towards the head of Aaron Opoku, jumps for it, can't claim it, it's headed away by Rickford. His opposite number 5, Chris Cox, the captain, picks it up. Looking for Lewis Rankin, lofted clear. Barnett will pick it up in the back line for Coventry United. Turns Ryan and opens up some space for himself, lays it up to Glasgow, back to Barnett now with Cox on the edge of his own penalty area. Acres of space to work with. Long lofted ball towards the left hand side, looking for Benjamin, nodded on. Aaron Opoku will give chase, but he won't reach it before Bayofo. Keeper clears it. Nodded out play by Todd. And a throw in. In fact, it's come off the Coventry United man, and it will be a throw to Long Eaton. Hudson gets there before Todd can. Now it's United on the attack. Dave Molly caught between 2 Long Eaton players, loses the ball, but Musa gets stuck in there, wins it back. Molly turns away from the challenge of Tom Gamblin. Benjamin enclosed on that left-hand wing. Nice through ball to Lewis Hudson. Hudson takes a tumble. United wanting to play on. So the referee has given the free kick on the left-hand side, around 5 yards away from the penalty area. Promising opportunity for the red and greens. Lewis Rankin will take it. United's keeping a couple of players back just to cover themselves. Glasgow waiting outside the box. Molly, Apoku, Barnett and Cox all awaiting this delivery. It's a pretty poor free kick, very low delivery. Easy dealt with the near post, but the clearance picked up by Lewis Hudson, but Hudson trips, and this time there's no foul. It will be a Coventry United throw. So the score at Grange Park, Long Eaton United 0, Coventry United 0. Neither side have registered a shot on goal just yet. Molly forced to the ground. Referee says no foul. Punted forward. Cox tries to shield that ball and shepherd it out of play. He does so beautifully. Cox asking for some options from the throw. On lance of Jamie Coleman-esque throw. It went a little bit too far actually as Bayofo able to get on the end of it. Challenge made and Lewis Rankin sprints away with the ball. Musa runs straight into Todd. Todd puts it into the penalty area and Lewis Hudson has to get his body in the way and stop the Long Eaton man who was pushing Hudson in the back. The referee says nothing doing. It will be a goal kick to the Red and Greens. Coventry are looking to get the month of October off to a promising start. Last month it was a bit of an injury crisis for Coventry United in October. A couple of key players out of injury, including Mitch Piggin and Kev Fordson, who of course hasn't made an appearance for United since April of last season. Of course Jamie Coleman out as well with that knee injury this evening. Brad Jones back in the side. A nice ball into the area for Dave Molly. Long Eaton able to clear their lines and volleyed forward. Ryan will give chase. Beaten to the ball by Chris Cox, playing at centre-back this evening. Tries to shield the ball from Ryan. Plays it back to Morris, who hurriedly clears. In fact, a cracking ball to find Benjamin on the left-hand side. This was down line. He will find Gift Musa. Benjamin puts it out of play off the Long Eaton man for a throw on the halfway mark on the left-hand side. Benjamin to Musa. Glasgow. Back into defence with Kyle Barnett, former Coventry City youngster. He was going to play it to Brad Jones, but he got the ball caught underneath his foot. He plays it back to Morris, who sends it upfield. Nodded on by Dave Molly. Apoku will give chase into the area. Aaron Apoku battles with the defender. Forces towards the left-hand side. Benjamin draws himself, and that's parried away by the goalkeeper. Benjamin looking to make an immediate impact on his Coventry United debut. Rankin on the right, Brad Jones. The move's still alive for Coventry United. Musa, Glasgow. Loses out to the Long Eaton player, but he gets the ball back. Jones looking for Rankin on the edge of the area. The ball cut out. Barnett plays the ball back to Rich Morris under pressure from the Long Eaton number 10. Morris clears. He goes over both Rankin and Scanlon. And now to Apoku down the right. Halts his runs. He tries to make his way past Mark Smith. But Scanlon's behind to poke it out for a throw. We're in a very dangerous position for Coventry United. They've got a real chance here to cause some damage. So 10 minutes gone. Long Eaton 0, Coventry 0. Jones' throw into Aaron Apoku, trying to make his way into the box. But blocked by several Long Eaton defenders. Glasgow. Rankin. Caught by Scanlon, but he'll keep on going. It was not an attempted shot. He scuffed it. It was nearly a great pass for Aaron Apoku, but it was cut out by the defender just in time. Into the box looking for Lewis Rankin and hooked away by Smith. Goodson. Loses out to the Coventry United man. It was Kyle Barnett who made the challenge. Glasgow lobs it forward from the centre circle on the left-hand side. Benjamin will chase. Ball picked up by Balfour. Fired away by Rickford. Only as far as Glasgow in the midfield for Coventry United. Bills are offside against Apoku. Referee doesn't want to know. Benjamin. Down line to Hudson. Cuts in from the left. Draws himself! Oh, that would have been an incredible goal. Just didn't quite dip enough. Well, could you have imagined if that ball flew into the net? That would have been goal of the season from Lewis Hudson. And for a minute it looked like the goal was exactly where it was headed. I don't think Lewis has actually scored for Coventry United before. What a way that would have been to score your first. Well, Lowe will take the goal kick. Cox will leap for it and wins it in the air. You'll be doing very well if you beat Chris Cox in an aerial duel. Jones, up line, looking for Molly. But the defender's basically given that one back to Aaron Apoku, knocked it straight to his feet. Rickford nearly causing a lot of trouble for his own side there. An offside given against Grant Ryan as Long Eaton won the ball back and lobbed it forward. Yet to have a shot on, well, we had one shot on target actually from Donnell Benjamin. United with the majority of the early running, majority of the possession, all the shots. Glasgow, plenty of space on the right for Brad Jones. Can he release it in time? Yes, he can. It's Brad Jones. It's closed down by two Long Eaton defenders. So he gets the ball with Lewis Rankin on the edge of the box. Lewis Rankin takes past one, can't take past the second. But he'll force to Tommy Glasgow. He was thinking about the long-range effort, tries to put it through for Brad Jones. Cut out by Scanlon. Clears his lines. The bounce brought under control by Grant Ryan. Shoved to the ground by Barnett. But now it's Will Coots down the left. Side challenge by Brad Jones. The ball bobbles away from Jones. As Coots tries to megs him. Jones able to retrieve the ball. Apoku, Musa, Molly wants it. Molly gets it in the centre circle. Space out wide for Benjamin. It can be found. It can be found. Hudson making the overlap. Benjamin taking on Biofo. Hudson, low cross, looking for Aaron Apoku, cleared easily by Smith. Laid off to Tommy Glasgow on the edge of the area. Aaron Apoku stabs it wide. Decent position for Aaron Apoku. But he couldn't put the chance away. But Coventry United making a very promising start. 15 minutes gone. It's been all United so far. But can they make the possession and the shots count? They certainly didn't make the shots count on Saturday against Wolverhampton. Again, they probably should have won. Just got to make sure they cut out the errors and take their chances. Cox heads it towards Musa. Musa gets a bit of a push from behind by Mark Smith. And Dave Murray definitely got a push. This time from Todd. As the free kick is given in the centre circle. The United coaching staff not too happy, Coventry United coaching staff I should say, they're both United. The Coventry staff not too happy with the referee's performance so far. Ball locked towards the left hand side, Benjamin couldn't keep it in. And it will go out for a throw on the far side of the pitch to Long Eaton United. Let's get you a latest score from the Banked Stadium where Coventry City are taking on Walsall in the Checkatrade Trophy. I thought we were in the Birmingham Senior Cup then. That's not until I think it's next month it actually starts. Coventry City drawing 0-0 against Walsall in the Checkatrade Trophy as City try and retain their title. First time they'll be able to say that in 30 years. Poor clearance by Biofo. Long range effort straight into the grasp of Lowe. Well, Dave Molly trying his luck. His luck wasn't in there. And Lowe will look to blast this ball away and end the danger. Lowe rolls the ball and boots it. Barnett nods it away. Glasgow heads it up. Rankin brings it down. Blasts it down the right hand side. Apoku gave chase and then realised he wasn't going to get it. And Lowe has no problem in bringing that one under control in the box. Slow dribble along the penalty area before picking it up and throwing it to Charlie Scanlon. Looking for Ryan. Oh, was that an elbow by Ryan? The Coventry United coaching staff believes so. Seems to be a little bit of arm movement towards the face of Brad Jones. Whether it was just an arm or an actual elbow, I'm not too sure. I think it was more of an arm. But the referee giving nothing. Brad Jones seems okay. Looked more to me as if it was the natural movement of the arm. Trying to gain a little bit of altitude there. Brad Jones looking to get us underway with a throw. And the Long Eaton striker with a looks like a bloody nose, so he's going to need some treatment. Of course, head injuries very serious thing in football these days. So it's Grant Ryan who has gone off for the time being. So Long Eaton down to 10 players at the moment. Can United take advantage of this? Donnell Benjamin racing down the left-hand side, covered up quickly by Andy Todd. He's surely being held by Todd. Referee says no. Benjamin, overlap, Lewis Rankin's cross. Towards Lewis Rankin, beaten in the air, and volley clear by Coots. And of course, Ryan is on the pitch, and Long Eaton have only got one player up there, so there's no chance of a counter. Cox, Musa, as Ryan is ready to come back on. Hudson, bit of space to work with. Cross put in, and once again, caught easily by Lowe at the near post. Well, United don't seem to have worked the goalkeeper once in this match. Just a one decent shot on target. There have been a couple of easy catches at the near post for Lowe. Some jumps for the ball, caught by Todd. And the ball go out off Todd for a Coventry United throw. Ryan wants to come back on. Linesman gives him a check and he's alright. He's going to get back onto the pitch. Try and find the back of the net for Long Eaton. He hasn't had the chance to do so yet. Long Eaton yet to register a shot on target. It's been United all the way so far. But once again, they have not been able to make their chances count. Throw up line from Hudson, looking for Dave Molly, beaten in the air by Rickford. Lob forward, Coots. Out wide with Todd, only as far as Chris Costy. Look for an opponent, sorry, a partner I should say, in the penalty area. Clearance made into the Big Jim stand. A throw-in is the result. 20 minutes gone here at Grange Park in Long Eaton. Long Eaton United 0, Coventry United 0. It's not as if United haven't had a couple of chances to change that. Bit of head tennis going on there as Long Eaton eventually bring it down. Coots. Out wide with Scanlon up from left back. Returns the ball to Coots, racing down left wing. In goes Brad Jones, nowhere near the ball. That's going to be a yellow card without a doubt. Jones seems to have every intention of going for that ball, but didn't get near it. Well, Thierry Anderson not too happy as the Long Eaton play seems to have gotten away with a little bit more than Coventry United. However, a couple of instances where the player hasn't been booked. But Brad Jones is going to get the yellow card, and deservedly so. It wasn't the best of challenges. Let's hope for Coventry United's sake the damage ends there, as Gamblin is ready to deliver this free kick from the left-hand side. The far post stacked with Long Eaton players. Can United deal with it? Towards the far post, heard away by Molly. Musa can't retrieve the ball on the far side though. Balfo gets the cross in and volley clear by Molly. Apoku brings it down. Benjamin out wide. And Aaron Apoku brought down by Coots. He was racing towards the ball. That's got to be a yellow card. And it doesn't look good, as it was a bit of pushing and shoving going around. Well, there's no need for that. The Coventry United man still down. It was Aaron Apoku racing forward down the left-hand side. A blatant pull by Coots. An attempt to stop Apoku's run one way or another, and I'll be surprised, very surprised, if Coots doesn't get a yellow card there. And he could have no complaints. The yellow card is out. It's a real shame for Coventry United. That moved up very promising, and Coots knew it. He knew he had to stop it one way or another. Unfortunately, he took the low road on that one. The yellow card, rightfully so, dished out. And I'm happy to report Aaron Apoku is okay. He was on the floor in some discomfort for a minute or two. He is okay now. He's back on his feet and he's ready to attack this free kick. Brad Jones is going to take it. United looking to put as many bodies in that area or around it as they can. Brad Jones sets the ball down. Well, the main point of danger for United will be Chris Cox at that far post. Jones puts it in. It's towards Cox. Tries to chest control it as the United player goes down in the area. Cox has picked up on the right-hand side. Looks to whip it in. Charged down by Scanlon. And Coventry United will have the throw, but is Anapoku again down? I think it might be. But the physio has been called over. So a Coventry United player is down. And that is Kyle Barnett. So Barnett's gone for the ball. Seems to have backed into the Long Eaton player and landed awkwardly. United do have a defensive option on the bench in Rob Prinzel. Of course, the fullback Dominic Delaney as well. So there's a couple of defensive options if Barnett can't continue. But with Jamie Coleman already out through injury, United could do without this. Prinzel dropped after a error led to a third goal against AFC Wolfrunians on Saturday. He wasn't the only player to make a mistake, of course, that day. Individual errors costing Coventry United what would have been a well-deserved victory. It didn't happen. United left the Butts Park Arena empty-handed as Barnett continues to be treated. It looks like he's going to get back onto his feet and fingers crossed will be able to continue. It looks like he will be fine. And Barnett has to leave the pitch, as is customary. If the player receives treatment, then chances are they will have to leave the field for a quick period. And Barnett is no exception to that. Brad Jones will line up the throw as Barnett tries to shake off that injury. Apoku and Molly in support. Aaron Apoku. Jones's cross. Up rather than out by the Long Eaton defender. Brought back down to it by Molly. Spins away from Coots. Brad Jones whips it in towards that far post. Should be a good catch for the goalkeeper, and it is. Simple goalkeeping from Lowe. Now Long Eaton looking to get their first shot of the match, and they won't, thanks to a returning Kyle Barnett, who nods away that long ball, but now it's with Scanlon on the left-hand side, the left-back. Will Coots boxing on that left wing. Right, stretches and doesn't get the ball, but he puts Ryan off long enough so United can pick it up. That's a wayward ball from the Long Eaton defender. Scanlon couldn't keep it in. It will be a Coventry United throw inside their own half. Jones, Barnett, back to Jones. Barnett strikes it forward, looking for Aaron Apoku, bounces away from Apoku. And McKeever finds Scanlon on the left. Long ball met in the air by Chris Cox, but McKeever able to get his body in front of Aaron Apoku, who would have been in a great position to run towards the penalty area if he had got that. Todd, the captain. Gamblin. Oh, I'm not sure who he was looking for there, but he won't find him. He's only found the stand. So Coventry United will have the throw. Not too far away from their own penalty area. They could do with pushing forward now, trying to get this ball away from the danger zone. And score update from the Bank Stadium in Walsall. Walsall 0, Coventry City 0 in the Checkatrade Trophy. 10 changes made to the Coventry City lineup. So far it's still scoreless. City look to get their first points on the board in that particular competition. Of course, it's their second of 3 group games. United striding forward. Ball on the right-hand side by Musa. Rankin, will he curl one? He'll try, and it curls straight into the car park. We've seen him take on shots like that before, and he's scored from that sort of position before. But that one is about as far away from the net as you can get. And we're going to need a new ball, as I believe that one has ended up in someone's car. Well, Lowe checking the pressure of the ball before he boots it. Lowe takes a short one to Scanlon, closed down by Aaron Apoku, who's got to deal with this one quickly. Finds McKeever, hastily passes it back to Lowe. Nearly found the chest of Dave Molly, luckily it went past him. Cox picked it up, Glasgow, not the best weighted ball to Jones, but it finds him. Rankin, a trip from behind by Scanlon, free kick. So the referee wants to have a word with Scanlon. And the United player's not too happy. We've seen that happen before as well, with Rankin forced to the touchline and tripped as he tries to shield the ball. And Scanlon, again, the offender. The referee giving Scanlon a final warning. Of course, 2 players booked already. Brad Jones for Coventry United, Will Coots for Long Eaton. And it is going to be Jones to take this free kick just in front of us. Plenty of options forward for Brad Jones. Can he find one of them? Head up rather than out. Can Rankin bring it down? They'll find Benjamin making his Coventry United debut. Out wide to Jones. Glasgow's in support, but he lost it towards the penalty area. Poku stumbles. He won't reach that one. The clearance is picked up by Cox. Out wide with Jones again. Closed down by Coots. Gets the ball away to Lewis. Rankin gets space to work with. Rankin into the area. Aaron Apoku is offside. It was well saved as well by Lowe. But Aaron Apoku straight into an offside position. And with half an hour played at Grange Park, it remains Long Eaton United 0, Coventry United 0. It's been all United so far. Long Eaton in the opening half an hour haven't had a shot on goal. They haven't looked like having a shot on goal either. They've barely got into a dangerous position. They've just been soaking up Coventry United's pressure. And that can only get them so far. They have to get a draw here, so it looks that way. Lowe punts it away. Barnett jumps for it, brings it down. And Cox tries to take it around Gamblin. He does, now it's with Gift Musa, puts it through. Apoku will chase, but McKeever will get there first. Spins away from Apoku, Apoku wins it back. Through for Dave Molly, didn't quite reach him. And he's not happy with that ball. Molly in plenty of space, but it was quickly closed down. No, picks the ball up, gets ready to distribute it. I believe I'm right in saying McKeever scored twice in the FA Vars against Coventry United last season. He hasn't had the chance to attack a corner so far because they haven't had one. Benjamin dribbles the ball away from Mark Smith. Down line for Lewis Hudson. Long ball forward for Aaron Apoku, only onto the head of Rickford. His effective pass picked up by Musa. Rankin centre circle, through ball looking for Aaron Apoku, and it's cut out by Smith. Up line, Ryan, Coots, beats Rankin to the ball, spins away from Rankin. Goodson, and the right hand side now of Andy Todd, makes some good progress now. Long Eaton finally getting themselves into a dangerous area. Laid up to Smith, Todd. Long Eaton don't seem to know what to do with the ball here. Coots, Balfoe. Trying to get into a crossing position here. Will Coots flicks it up, tries to bring it down, goes to the floor. As Balfoe tries to get there, it's cleared just in the nick of time by Hudson. Long Eaton trying to get past that rock solid back line of Coventry United, and they can't do it, and a foul is given to Coventry United. As Andy Todd, with a bit of shirt pulling on the Coventry United defender. I think it was Lewis Hudson. And the Long Eaton player get a bit of a stick from the Coventry United fans on the far side. They're a fiery bunch, they certainly defend their own. And their own are defending well. And I've got a bit of bad news for Sky Blues fans. Walsall have just got a penalty in the Checkatrade Trophy match at the Bank Stadium, which they're about to take now. Coventry United push on, ball down the left hand side, nodded out, play by Balfoe. We're still waiting for that penalty to be taken. It was given about 30 seconds ago. United with a throw in deep into Long Eaton territory. Hudson, lob ball forward towards Aaron Apoku, brings it down, but pressure from McKeever takes it away from him. Coots punts it forward, Ryan gives chase. But Barnett as well to get in front and clear the ball. Glasgow picks it up from a poor pass from Scanlon. Benjamin, Jones, back to the defence with Barnett. Cox, United just calmly passing it around. And we're still waiting to find out the result of that penalty at the Banks. The Twitter feed hasn't updated itself. And a rather aimless long ball, but I think that was Barnett who distributed it. And I hate to say that Walsall have scored the penalty. Zeli Ishmael, the former Wolves winger, has scored for Walsall. Walsall 1, Coventry City 0 in the Checkatrade Trophy group stage. Zeli Ishmael with the penalty. And I'm hearing it was quite a contentious penalty as well. But a goal is something that we haven't seen so far at Grange Park. Glasgow, powerful ball looking for Lewis Rankin on the right-hand side. It won't reach him and Lowe picks it up. And the few chances Coventry United have had, if he have been well saved or diverted around the post. Volley cleared by Lowe. Down the left-hand side looking for Ryan, goes over Jones, but Ryan can't control and it goes out of play off his sternum, just in front of Terry Anderson's dugout. Throw into the red and greens all in white. Jones, simple throw to Kyle Barnett. Inviting pressure from Ryan, he gets it, but he fires the ball away. Only as far as the defender, but Rankin picks it up in the midfield of Coventry United. Glasgow, Hudson brings it down to earth. Out wide with Benjamin, does well to keep it from going out for a throw. Musa, shoved off the ball. Lewis Hudson fires it away, so it can't cause any damage. Volleyed away from his own penalty area by Lowe as Molly was trying to get onto the ball and try and get it into an empty net. Great ball to Ryan, brings it down to earth. Tackle well made by Brad Jones. Glasgow looking for Benjamin down left hand side. No, he's pretty pacey, but he won't reach it. And Balfour able to find Lowe, who quickly punts that out of play into the big gym stand for a Coventry United throw just inside Long Eaton territory. We'll be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the battery on the laptop so we can bring you the second half of this match in its entirety. So we'll be going off air for about 10 minutes at half-time, and you'll need to look for the new live stream here on YouTube for the second half. Benjamin skipping his way through Long Eaton players, but he couldn't do it forever. Coots. Surging run towards that left wing. Scanlon in support and a bit of space. Coots trying to go all on his own here. Tries to cheekily put it through Jones and Glasgow. The United players weren't going to have that. Apoku, bit of pushing it back from McKeever, and another one. United will play on. Musa, Molly, dances away from Smith, tries a through ball, it goes straight into the leg of Smith. Passing hasn't been great from Coventry United, I have to say. Will Coots, Ryan looking to make himself available down the left-hand side. Here is Grant Ryan. And Coventry United give away the throw. Barnett believed it was his ball. Referee not agreeing. Scanlon looking for the throw. He's got a few options around him. Ryan, now Coots, jockeying with Thomas Glasgow. And Glasgow wins the battle. But his clearance only goes as far as Tom Gamblin. Cross by Scanlon. Morris should catch that one, and he does. Bit of a hairy moment for Coventry United there. It was a catch well made by Morris. Falling to the ground as he made it. That's a great throw to find Donnell Benjamin, the debutant signed from Redditch United, but he's quickly caught by Andy Todd, who gets his foot to the ball and puts it out for a throw. About 5 yards into Long Eaton territory. Hudson will take it. Gift Musa offering a short throw. But Hudson thinks better of it. Hudson taking his time here. Hudson saying, make some space. Where are my options? Plays a 1-2 with Molly. Keeps it away from Smith. Benjamin. Now Glasgow. Space out wide for Brad Jones. It's a good ball to find him in a bit of space. Brad Jones. Decent cross. Lowe comes out and tries to get his hand on it. It doesn't do so, but he catches it at the second attempt as Aaron Opoku tried to get his head on it. Lowe came out, had to punch it away from the head of Opoku and then catch it to end the danger for good. Opoku, a bit of a kick out towards the ball, was Lowe brought it under control. Less than 10 minutes to go until half time. It's still scoreless. The game seems to have slowed down in the last 10 minutes. Offside given against Aaron Opoku. I dare say there wasn't given as offside. It probably would have been a foul against Long Eaton, with Jamie McKeever jumping onto Aaron Opoku and now shoving Dave Molly. Rather forceful Long Eaton United side. But so far, not a goal-scoring one. Long free kick towards the right-hand side. Todd nods it into danger, but Grant nowhere to be seen. It was very much the same with Goodson as well. Clearance made, it bounces over the hospitality straight into the car park behind the big gym stand. Long Eaton United 0, Coventry United 0, the current score at Grange Park with just over 5 minutes until the break. Balfour will take the throw. Goodson, challenge attempted but not successful. Cross towards the far post, and once again no one there for Long Eaton. It's hopeful rather than precise. Molly, onto the right with Rankin. Aaron Opoku making the run. Makes his way towards the box, cross put in, Rankin's there, Molly to his left, tries it himself and easily blocked. Sean Rickford finding no problems in keeping that one out. It would have been a much better option for Rankin to find Molly on his left. He had plenty of space and was probably in a better position to shoot. There's a free kick now given against Coventry United for a shove to the ground, quickly taken. Will Coots, space out wide for Scanlon, they can find him. Coots lays it off to Gamblin. Now it's with Scanlon. Covered up by Jones. But he can still get the cross away. He can, and not into the goal. It's offside though, it won't count. It was a cracking, glancing header by Andy Todd, but the flag was immediately up on that far side. And Rich Morris just smiles. He knows that flag wasn't there to save him. United would be 1-0 down. Would take nothing away from Todd. It may not count, but it was a great header. We'll get ourselves underway now with just 5 minutes until half time. Goal kick taken by Morris as Long Eaton seem to be coming back into this match. Barnett able to beat Coots to the ball, but Long Eaton have got it back. Mark Smith with the lob pass towards Zach Goodson. Didn't find it, went over the number 10 and into Rich Morris's vicinity. Morris with the kick. It was a rather hairy moment for Rickford, who just able to get a boot to it to stop Dave Molly getting to the ball, and a free kick, a rather soft free kick given against Lewis Hudson. For a barge in the back on Todd. The free kick was taken by Rickford. Rickford and McKeever certainly the busiest centre-back duo so far. Long Eaton yet to have a shot on goal that wasn't offside. Cox picks up the ball in defence, lobs it forward. Aaron Opoku tries to nod it on for Molly. Molly wasn't in the right position. No, well, he was in a position, but Opoku couldn't find him. Glasgow flicked on by Rankin towards Opoku, cleared just in time by Smith. Jones meets it in the air, but it goes past Jones. Picked up by Barnett. Clearance blocked. Cox's header. Picked up by Glasgow. Challenge from behind by Mark Smith. Have forced the touchline. Clearance up line. Should have been controlled by Coots, but Rankin gets there first. It's a nice pass down that right-hand side. Aaron Opoku will give chase. Molly's in the penalty area. Rankin making himself available as well. Tries to take on Sean Rickford. Into the area for Lewis Rankin. Shot charged down. Rankin gets it back. Out wide for Poku again. Tries to cut in. Aaron Opoku across the face of goal. As Donald Benjamin tried to make contact with the ball at the far post, he couldn't get there in time. It would have taken the simplest of touches to divert it into the net. As it stands, we're going into the break scoreless. Benjamin wins it back from the throw. Tries to whip it in from the left-hand side. Takes a deflection of the leg of a Long Eaton defender. It's still in a dangerous position. Hooked away eventually by Todd. That's Glasgow again. Rankin saves himself with a shot. Out wide with Benjamin. He'll just keep that one in. Bit of space to work with. Hudson. You've got to get the ball in the area now. Hudson's cross. Looking for Dave Molly. It falls to Jamie McKeever, who blasted away. Not taking a little bit too long with that one. 2 minutes to go until the break. Plus stoppages, of course. We'll take you through the halftime scores after we come back from our halftime break. Hudson's throw. Molly being held from behind. But referee says no foul. Musa, Hudson. Back to Musa. Long lofted pass, switching the play to Brad Jones. Jones brings it under control, taking it around Coots. Towards the far post where Molly is waiting, jumps for it, beaten in the air by Rickford and picked up by Todd on the right hand side of the box. Blasted clear. Goodson, challenge made by Lewis Hudson. No foul given, but it is a throw into Long Eaton United. United have certainly had the best of this first half. Plenty of opportunities to get themselves in front, but last-ditch defending from Rickford and McKeever, keeping United at bay. And if they were beaten, then Lowe certainly wasn't. Headed out of play by Chris Cox as the fans next to us appeal for a free kick to Coventry United. Referee doesn't want to know. Throw towards Ryan. Cox shields the ball. Shoved to ground. No free kick given, but the referee gives the goal kick to Coventry United. So 1 minute left. Rich Morris will look to inspire one more attacking move for the Red and Greens before the break. It would probably be unfair on United to go into half-time at 0-0. As long as they're not losing, I don't think they'll mind. Up rather than forward by Glasgow. Nodded on by Ryan. Goodson looking to find Ryan. Jones had to figure out where he was for a minute. Clears it, nodded on by Lewis Rankin. Aboka can't take it around McKeever, but Rankin into the area now. Dave Molly, it's surely got to be! It's a brilliant save! Dave Molly one-on-one, tried to sneak it in at that near post, but Scott Lowe somehow getting both hands to it and keeping it out. Cracking ball from Lewis Rankin to find Molly in the box. Maybe, well, probably should have found the net. Well, Rankin will take the corner kick from the right-hand wing. Easy catch for Lowe, and that should be that. And that is that. Immediately after Lowe catches, the referee blows for half-time. Well, Coventry United probably should be in front. The chances that they have had have been consistent and of very good quality, but they haven't been able to find a way past Lowe in the Long Eaton goal. Long Eaton, in all fairness, have, well, they've pretty much offered nothing so far. A disallowed goal, the only time they've had the ball inside the United penalty area. It's been a pretty poor first half from Long Eaton. They'll have to improve in the second if they're going to take anything from this game. United will ask themselves how they're not in front before the break, but at the break, it's Long Eaton United 0, Coventry United 0, and that will do us for the first half here on CUTV. Join us again in 10 minutes for the second half here on YouTube.